I started off by cutting my 1x4s into 4 pieces with 45-degree cuts on both sides, and this will make a picture frame that will be large enough to hold the chalkboard that will sit in it. Next, using the table saw, I cut a rabbet in all 4 of the boards that was the same thickness as the chalkboard. Now, some of the edges were just a little rough, so I used a chisel to clean it up. I numbered all of the corners so I knew exactly which corner needed to match up where, and then I used a square just to make sure that everything was aligned. Next, I marked where the dowels should go, and I used my doweling jig to drill the holes. I used wood glue and dowels to hold all of the 4 corners together. And I'm still struggling to find the right clamp to hold together a picture frame. This one works pretty well, although I can't even tighten it. It is so hard to tighten that I have to have my husband do it. And then I used clamps on all the corners just to hold everything together. I sanded down the entire frame. And to make the tray, I cut a 1x3 as well as a 1x2, the length of the frame. And using wood glue, I put the 2 together, clamp them, and then use brads to hold them in tight. I used wood filler to fill all the holes. Then I lined up the tray with the frame and I clamped it in place. Then I measured and I marked where I wanted the dowels to go. And using my doweling jig, I drilled holes in the tray as well as the frame. Using wood glue and dowels, I attached the tray to the picture frame. And you can see my board is a bit warped, so I used clamps just to hold it all in place tight until the glue dried. I stained the entire project with Minwax Provincial stain. And then I applied 3 coats of polyurethane, sanding lightly with 800 grit sandpaper in between the coats. I cut the chalkboard down just a little bit. and I set it into the rabbet in the frame and used brads to hold it in place. Although not shown, I used a French cleat to hang it to the wall.